Hey Spurs fans, welcome back to another update on our San Antonio Spurs. Before we jump into today's breaking news, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. And here's something special for you. Everyone who subscribes and leaves a comment with their name and the city they're watching from will automatically be entered into our giveaway to win an official San Antonio Spurs jersey. So don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and comment your name and city below. Stay tuned, because the next Spurs fan wearing the jersey could be you. The visitors walked into Boston as underdogs and walked out with a statement, grinding out a 195 win that flipped the script after halftime and punctured the aura of invincibility inside the Garden. The night belonged to collective composure rather than spectacle. Steady possessions, disciplined coverage, and just enough shot-making when it mattered most. Early on, the home side controlled pace and spacing, closing the opening quarter ahead by 26-21. They spread the floor, punched the gaps, and forced the Spurs to chase. The margin remained 5 at the break, Boston dictating the tempo and depriving San Antonio of clean transition looks. It felt routine until it didn't. The third frame shifted tone. San Antonio tightened their shell, contested at the nail, and cut off middle drives, producing a 23-20 run that shrank the deficit to a single possession. That swing wasn't loud. It was methodical. Fewer careless passes, stronger box-outs, and smarter second-side actions chipped away at Boston's rhythm. Victor Wembanyama's second-half surge, 16 of his 21 after the intermission, was the inflection point. He found pockets in the mid-post, slipped into space as ball handlers drew to, and turned contested touches into high-value shots. More importantly, he altered lanes defensively, rerouting cutters and discouraging layups without overcommitting. In the final stretch, the hosts tried to nurse a narrow lead, but the visitors answered with sharp decisions. They worked the clock without becoming passive, attacked mismatches in isolation only when the advantage was clear, and trusted kickouts when help arrived on time. Possession by possession, the game tilted toward San Antonio's patience. Nemias Quetta didn't headline the scoring, and that's the point. His impact was felt in the margins that decide tight games. 9 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks translate into extra chances, denied runs, and settled nerves. He sealed hard, redirected caroms, and delivered timely help at the rim, small edges that accumulate into control. Derek White carried Boston's offense with 29 points and 9 boards, threading drives and lifting the half-court with assertive shot creation. Jaylen Brown added 27, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists, pressing the issue downhill and advancing the ball quickly off outlets. They produced, yet the supporting rhythm faltered when San Antonio clogged the middle and forced kickouts under duress. On the winning side, De'Aaron Fox paced the attack with 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists, mixing pace changes with clean reads to pry open the defense. He didn't need heroics, he needed precision, and he delivered it. Wembanyama mirrored that point total and added 6 rebounds, turning touches into momentum and silences into roars when Boston's crowd felt the tide turning. The decisive segment came with about 5 minutes to play. San Antonio flattened the floor, lifted a shooter to the slot to occupy help, and hit the roller twice for interior finishes. On the other end, they ice-side pick-and-rolls, funneled ball handlers into length, and lived with contested pull-ups rather than surrendering paint touches. Boston's looks became tougher. San Antonio's became cleaner. Bench minutes mattered. Rotational continuity in the second half stabilized the visitors' defense and sharpened their rebounding angles, preventing the avalanche that home teams often summon in late-game chaos. Without chasing quick threes, San Antonio leaned into mature possessions, drive, collapse, spray, reset if necessary, accepting good rather than risking perfect. Luke Kornet's return to the Garden, now wearing visiting colors, added an undercurrent to the night. Familiar sight lines didn't translate into comfort. This was a road game won by collective equilibrium. The building wanted a push. The visitors refused to panic. If you're looking for the why behind the scoreline, follow 3 threads: second chance control, disciplined closeouts that turn shooters into drivers, and late clock calm. The Spurs didn't outflash Boston, they outlasted them. That's a blueprint that travels. For Boston, the lesson is stark, but actionable. The first half formula worked: pace, space, and downhill pressure. The adjustment window after the break wasn't seized. Countering length with quicker rescreens, short rolls into the dotted line, and more dynamic weak side movement can convert stalls into flow. The pieces are there. The timing must be sharper. For San Antonio, this is more than a single win. It's proof of concept for a young group learning to manage noise, value possessions, and trust the defense to create offense. Nights like this become habits. Habits become identity. Anemius? Box scores are polite. The film is louder. He shifted the geometry of the glass, steadied the lanes, and turned heavy minutes into light burdens for ball handlers. In tight games, that's the difference between almost and enough. Before we go on, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Your support keeps our Spurs coverage strong and brings you the latest updates straight from San Antonio. And jump into the comments. Tell us what you think about today's news. The basketball world was jolted by a revelation that seemed to blur the line between fantasy and reality. Victor Wembanyama, the towering prodigy already hailed as a generational talent, openly admitted, "I dream of playing for the Lakers." The statement, delivered with a mix of candor and youthful ambition, instantly ignited debates, speculation, and a wave of curiosity that swept across the NBA landscape. For a player who has already become the centerpiece of the San Antonio Spurs' future, such a declaration carries weight far beyond casual conversation. Wembanyama's words were not whispered in private, but spoken in a way that ensured they would reverberate through arenas, locker rooms, and boardrooms alike. Fans and analysts alike scrambled to interpret the meaning behind the dream, wondering whether it was a fleeting thought or a glimpse into a possible future. The Los Angeles Lakers, a franchise synonymous with glamour, championships, and basketball royalty, have long been the dream destination for countless players. From Magic Johnson to Kobe Bryant, from Shaquille O'Neal to LeBron James, the Lakers have cultivated an aura that transcends sport. For Wembanyama to align his aspirations with that legacy is both unsurprising and profoundly intriguing. In San Antonio, the reaction was mixed. Supporters of the Spurs, who have embraced Wembanyama as their beacon of hope, expressed concern that such a statement might foreshadow eventual departure. Yet others saw it as harmless honesty, a young star acknowledging the allure of a historic franchise while still committed to the team that drafted him. The tension between loyalty and ambition became the central theme of conversations across Texas. National media outlets seized on the quote, dissecting every syllable. Was Wembanyama planting seeds for a future move? Was he simply acknowledging the dream shared by many players? Or was this a calculated remark designed to stir excitement and keep his name at the forefront of NBA discourse? The ambiguity only fueled the fire, ensuring that the story would dominate headlines for days. The Lakers organization, though silent publicly, surely took notice. For a team perpetually seeking the next superstar to carry its torch, hearing the league's most hyped prospect express admiration was nothing short of tantalizing. Executives and fans alike could not help but imagine the possibilities. Wembanyama in purple and gold, patrolling the paint at Crypto.com Arena, adding his name to the pantheon of legends. Meanwhile, in San Antonio's locker room, teammates reportedly rallied around Wembanyama, reminding him that dreams are natural, but the present is where legacies are built. Coaches emphasized focus, urging the young star to channel his ambition into nightly performances that elevate the Spurs. The balance between nurturing his aspirations and grounding him in reality became a delicate task for the franchise. The global basketball community also weighed in. In France, where Wembanyama is celebrated as a national treasure, fans expressed pride that their countryman's name was being linked to one of the most iconic teams in sports history. International commentators noted that his dream underscored the universal appeal of the Lakers brand, which stretches far beyond American borders. Economically, the statement had ripple effects. Merchandise sales featuring Wembanyama's name spiked, as fans speculated about what a Lakers jersey with his number might look like. Social media campaigns emerged, with artists creating mock designs and fans debating potential lineups. The dream, though intangible, became a commodity in itself. For the Spurs, the challenge lies in managing perception. They must reassure their fan base that WEMBANYAMA's commitment remains strong while acknowledging the natural allure of the Lakers. The franchise has long prided itself on stability and culture, and this moment tests their ability to maintain that image in the face of external noise. The narrative also raises questions about the future of player empowerment. In an era where stars increasingly dictate their destinations, WEMBANYAMA's words serve as a reminder that dreams can evolve into demands. The NBA has witnessed similar arcs before, where casual remarks eventually became catalysts for blockbuster moves. It is important to note that WEMBANYAMA's statement was framed as a dream, not a plan. Dreams inspire, they motivate, and they capture imagination. For now, his reality remains firmly rooted in San Antonio, where he continues to develop his game and shoulder the responsibility of leading a young team. Still, the intrigue is undeniable. Fans across the league are already envisioning scenarios: WEMBANYAMA catching lobs from a future Lakers guard, dominating rivalries under the bright lights of Los Angeles, and carving his name into the franchise's storied history. The dream has become a canvas for imagination, painted with equal parts hope and speculation. The timing of the remark adds another layer of complexity. With the Lakers always in pursuit of star power and the Spurs in the midst of rebuilding, the juxtaposition highlights the contrasting trajectories of the two franchises. WEMBANYAMA's dream bridges those paths, creating a narrative that could one day converge. Commentators have drawn parallels to past legends who expressed similar sentiments early in their careers. The difference, however, is that WEMBANYAMA's stature as a generational talent amplifies the impact of his words. When he speaks, the basketball world listens, and when he dreams, the basketball world imagines. The Lakers fan base, never shy about embracing speculation, erupted with enthusiasm. Online forums buzzed with discussions about potential trades, free agency timelines, and cap space scenarios. For them, WEMBANYAMA's dream was not just a fantasy. It was a possibility worth pursuing, no matter how distant. In contrast, Spurs fans doubled down on their support, emphasizing that dreams do not diminish present loyalty. They pointed to WEMBANYAMA's nightly performances, his dedication to improvement, and his embrace of San Antonio's culture as evidence that his heart remains with the team. The dream, they argued, is simply part of his humanity. The broader NBA community recognized the entertainment value of the moment. In a league driven by narratives, WEMBANYAMA's statement provided fresh material for debates, podcasts, and talk shows. It reminded everyone that basketball is not just about scores and stats. It is about stories, aspirations, and the human side of competition. Ultimately, Victor Wembanyama's dream of playing for the Lakers is less about logistics and more about imagination. It is a spark that illuminates the possibilities of the future while grounding fans in the excitement of the present. Whether the dream ever materializes remains uncertain, but its impact is undeniable. For now, the Spurs continue to build around their young star. The Lakers continue to chase their next icon, and the basketball world continues to dream alongside Wembanyama. His words have become a narrative thread woven into the fabric of the NBA, a reminder that even the brightest talents are allowed to dream, and that sometimes those dreams can change the course of history. The reverberations of Victor Wembanyama's declaration that he dreams of playing for the Lakers have continued to ripple across the basketball world, sparking conversations that go far beyond the hardwood. In Los Angeles, the news was greeted with a mixture of excitement and anticipation as fans imagined the possibility of a young phenom donning the iconic purple and gold jersey. The city, already accustomed to star power, embraced the idea with fervor, treating Wembanyama's words as a tantalizing glimpse into a future that could redefine the franchise's trajectory. In San Antonio, however, the reaction was more complex. Spurs supporters, who have invested emotionally in WEMBANYAMA as the cornerstone of their rebuilding project, expressed concern that his dream might eventually translate into reality. While many acknowledged that it is natural for a young player to admire the Lakers' legacy, others worry that the statement could plant seeds of doubt about his long-term commitment to the team. The tension between loyalty and ambition became a recurring theme in local discussions. National sports media seized on the story, dedicating entire segments to analyzing the implications of WEMBANYAMA's remarks. Talk shows debated whether his dream was harmless or a subtle signal of future intentions, while columnists speculated about how the Spurs might respond to such a revelation. The coverage ensured that the quote remained in the spotlight, fueling ongoing debates and keeping WEMBANYAMA's name at the center of NBA discourse. The Lakers fan base, never shy about embracing speculation, erupted with enthusiasm. Online forums buzzed with hypothetical trade scenarios, free agency timelines, and cap space calculations. For them, WEMBANYAMA's dream was not just a passing comment. It was a possibility worth pursuing, a vision of the next superstar to carry the franchise's torch. The excitement underscored the enduring allure of the Lakers brand, which has long attracted the league's brightest talents. Internationally, the statement resonated deeply. In France, where WEMBANYAMA is celebrated as a national icon, fans expressed pride that their countrymen's aspirations aligned with one of the most prestigious franchises in basketball history. The global attention reinforced the Lakers' reputation as a team with universal appeal, capable of captivating audiences far beyond the United States. Economically, the impact was immediate. Merchandise sales featuring WEMBANYAMA's name surged, as fans speculated about what a Lakers jersey with his number might look like. Social media campaigns emerged, with artists creating mock designs and fans debating potential lineups. The dream, though intangible, became a commodity in itself, generating revenue and fueling marketing opportunities. Within the Spurs organization, the challenge was to manage perception. Executives emphasized that WEMBANYAMA's commitment remained strong, while coaches urged him to focus on the present. The franchise, known for its stability and culture, faced the delicate task of reassuring fans without stifling the natural ambitions of their young star. The situation tested their ability to balance optimism with pragmatism. Players across the league also weighed in, with many acknowledging the allure of the Lakers while emphasizing the importance of building legacies where one begins. Some veterans reminded younger audiences that dreams are part of the journey, but reality is shaped by daily effort and loyalty. Their perspectives added nuance to the conversation, highlighting the complexity of balancing personal aspirations with professional responsibilities. Commentators drew parallels to past legends who expressed similar sentiments early in their careers. The difference, however, is that WEMBANYAMA's stature as a generational talent amplifies the impact of his words. When he speaks, the basketball world listens, and when he dreams, the basketball world imagines. His statement became more than a personal reflection. It evolved into a narrative thread woven into the fabric of the NBA. Ultimately, the repercussions of WEMBANYAMA's dream highlight the intersection of sport, culture, and imagination. It is a reminder that basketball is not just about scores and statistics, but about stories, aspirations, and the human side of competition. Whether the dream ever materializes remains uncertain, but its impact is undeniable. For now, the Spurs continue to build around their young star. The Lakers continue to chase their next icon, and the basketball world continues to dream alongside WEMBANYAMA. That's it for today's update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of every exclusive San Antonio Spurs news drop, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. And don't forget, your opinion matters to Spurs Nation. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video.